I don't know how to do this with somebody else.
I've actually not had a guest yet. So later, the reason that I couldn't do it later is because me and two of my buddies are going to start doing one as well. It's called Beards and Bros. I know. It's
Hell yeah, dude.
we all have beards. We're all bros.
Love it.
um, but just kind of similar to what I do and just talk like the norm, just big issues, little issues. Like tonight, we're going to do for each person the top 5 most overrated bands. And I think we're going to fight because I know the two of them think the Beatles are overrated. So,
Yo, okay, we're both squaring up. I'm
yeah,
over it. I'm already angry.
yeah,
I'm already so angry. Yeah, I didn't write like anything to explain, but I guess we can just get right into it since we're already chatting. What's my intro?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Perfectly Imperfect podcast, starring me, Marissa Rando, the one and only.
Today on the Perfectly Imperfect podcast, we have my big brother Tim Jr. on here, which apparently he's not actually a junior, from what I understand.
I'm not. He was a Francis. I'm a John. So
My whole life's been a lie.
yeah, you know.
So I mean, what else? You're like, what else is new? But it's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, we both kind of. Well, I don't really do podcasts, but Tim actually has been like super into doing his podcast. Check him out. I will put it somewhere. Not really sure where, but yeah, I'll shout out. And today we're just going to chat about our 5 favorite actors and actresses. And clearly, I don't know what I'm doing still. This is episode 2, and I'm already blowing it. I'm sweating. But yeah, since you're the guest, why don't you start? Let's just get right into it.
Sure. Yeah. First off, you're doing a fine job. Don't worry about it. That's the best thing about podcasting is you just make it what you do and how you do it. And that's what people gravitate to is just your personality and how you run it. So you'll get your fan base. So don't worry about that.
Sick.
So, all right, moving into the list of actors. Do we just want to go 1 to 1 or do you want me to go down my whole list? I think we should go 1 to 1.
So that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
All right. All right. So this is no particular order because it would be tough for me to put them in order.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with Jennifer Aniston.
Shut the front door. Shut up. Okay, continue.
So listen, I know your friends, Fanatic, and I watched it constantly. And obviously there's the whole, huge crush on Jennifer Aniston because who wouldn't?
I mean, hello.
Yeah. I mean, Rachel Green, immediately I was like, I don't know who this girl is, but I need to find someone, So,
Facts.
yeah. But I mean, she's just been in so many different movies and she seems pretty flexible in how her acting style. Like she can pretty much do what she wants to do. And it's gotten to the point now where she just kind of picks and chooses what she wants to do. So kudos to her for getting that place in her career. And that, everything that kicked it off was with Friends. So Office Space, things like that, little movies like that she was in at first. The Breakup, Horrible Bosses was really funny with her in it. Then she jumps to movies like Marley and Me, which, pull the tears out of your eyes because of the poor dog.
Yeah, that was literally ripping your heart out of your chest for an hour and a half.
Yeah. So, I mean, the list goes on and on for her. I mean, she's a producer, she's a businesswoman. She's been through her bumps and things like that through the world of Hollywood, with all the Brad Pitt drama and things like that. But she seems happy in a good place now. She's in what is it, the morning show that's on Apple TV, I believe now.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I still have to check it out, but like we're not rich enough for Apple TV, so we just watch from the sidelines.
I'm missing that Beastie Boys thing. Yeah.
Oh,
they have this like Beastie Boys thing, that documentary that's on there. And I'm just like, I'm chomping at the bit to see it. But yeah, she's in that with, I think, with Reese Witherspoon. So, I'm going to start with her because I feel like she's pretty solid. She's one of my favorites. Pretty much anything she's in, I'll try to get a chance to watch it at some point. And I just started rewatching Friends since it's on HBO Max now. And
hell yeah.
Just, yeah, I think my daughter Maddie, I think she's starting to watch it too. So
Yes,
she'll be
niece.
picking up that
Yes.
legacy as we go. So,
Hell yeah. I
but
love
yeah,
it. I
so there we
own
go.
all 10
There's number one.
seasons. So yeah. Well, ironically enough, or maybe not ironically, my number one is Jennifer Aniston. And again, in no
Okay.
particular
Okay.
order, but number one is JN. I couldn't not put her on the list for one, and for two, like I could not have put it better. Yeah, Friends started it out for me, and then from there it just spiraled into a very woman crush of her, and just her acting style. You're right. It's super versatile, because when I saw her in that thriller Derailed, I don't know if you ever saw it.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I was shook to the core.
Yeah.
And that was like the first time I was really like, oh, like actors can kind of do a little bit of everything. Like they're not like one dimensional. Because I do like, well, I'll probably explain it more, but I do feel a lot of actors are very one dimensional. But I don't
You're
know.
right.
I'm just picky. But yeah, I don't think I could have said it any better than you. Like there's nobody like Jennifer Aniston. She's just an
Mm.
absolute queen on all levels.
She's like the super hot girl next door that you always wished lived next door for me anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
She
And
was
I
in the
mean,
Leprechaun as well. Do you remember that? Oh, that was, I
I
mean, that
never
was probably her
saw
rough
it.
patch, but
Yeah, I never saw it because like I just know it's going to be really bad,
yeah.
because like I love horror movies, and I know it's going to be bad, and I can't bring
Yeah.
myself to watch it. So but yeah,
It's
she's good.
definitely, it's 100% cheesy 90s horror movie with a tiny little angry leprechaun that's trying to kill people. So, I mean,
Hmm.
I would think that if anything, she brought that film to life.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah, I mean that's what I hear, but I'm not
yeah.
about to dive in and find out for my damn self. I'm not about that life. I've seen enough terrible horror movies to know when I shouldn't dive in.
All right, number two, again, no particular order, but Harrison Ford. This
Okay.
guy, hand freaking solo. You know what I mean? He's Indiana mother trucking Jones.
Curse all you want, by the way. I
Yeah,
don't care, for your own
yeah.
sanity. You don't have to. I'm just saying it's open.
Honestly, I've gotten to a point in my life where now replacing curse words with just funny words makes it even more effective and funny to me. So
Okay. I,
it
I
could be
hit
the
them
where I
with the
work,
son of a
but
biscuit every once in a
yeah.
while. Go for it.
So Harrison, basically icon, right? This guy's a
Mhm.
legend. He's been in probably some of the most iconic movies of all time with Star Wars and Indiana Jones. He was even in that horrible holiday special they did for Star Wars, which you probably would never have seen, but I got to see in the 80s. Blade Runner, Witness, The Fugitive, Air Force One, where he plays this kick-ass president, literally kicks people's ass in the movies. Has played America's version, America's version of James Bond, which is Jack Ryan from he's I can't remember the author's name, but he's done like Rainbow Six and all these other different like books and some other things that have been moved into movies. But Jack Ryan is like this American version of James Bond. So he's been in a couple movies, like I think Patriot Game was one of them. So I mean, this guy's been around. I mean, since the early 60s, he was doing like off-Broadway shows, and then Star Wars really kicked him off. And then in the 80s, just blew up because, two more Star Wars movies, plus all these other ones that I just rambled off. So, and he's just like a cool guy. Like if you've ever seen him do an interview, he's very humble. Like he doesn't care about all the fame. He's just like, yeah, I'm sure he's happy he's making the money. He flies planes for fun. He's, obviously he's a lot older than he used to be, but
Yeah, just casually flies planes, like no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like that uncle that I always wanted,
Okay, word.
Uncle Harrison's coming over and he's going to take me in his plane. And
Just no big deal. Just sitting down at the cafeteria, like, yeah, my uncle has a plane. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why your uncles don't have one. I
right.
can't relate. Yeah, see, unfortunately, I know nothing about the man's, and don't disown me, but Star Wars can't do it. I just can't do it.
It's
I've
okay.
tried.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I've already called the police at this point now. I mean, since you just mentioned that, they're on their way. I'm sorry.
Sick. I can hear the sirens. Great. We love that for me. But I do relate on some sort of level with Yoda. I mean, we could probably already guess why.
You're taller than he is. Trust me, you were way taller than he is. So
shit.
yeah, he's short. He's very short and also dead. So
so dead. Does being dead inside count?
No, not really. No, I mean it's
damn. All right. Well, then I take everything I just said back. We do not relate. But yeah, I mean, I wish I did know more about Harrison Ford. I know he's the man's. I do, but those like generally aren't my movies. And I do need to broaden my horizons, but it's just the Star Wars. I just can't do it. I can't. I'm a Lord of the Rings.
It is hard. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. I get it. I'm pretty wide open. I mean, it was like I got lucky enough to work for Blockbuster Video for a very long time. So I was like, well, yeah, I was watching everything because I got 5 free rentals a week, and I was the store manager, so I may have got more than 5. But so,
that cannot be confirmed or denied. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And they're done now anyway. So what are they going to do? Fire me again? You know?
Yes. Oh my God.
All right. How about you? What's your number 2? Where you at?
All right. Number 2, again, in no particular order, Jodie Foster. I mean, she's just always going to be my Clarice Starling. She was one of the first people I saw in a thriller with Flight Plan. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. I don't know why. Spoiler alert, I just don't understand how they could walk past the nose of the plane for an hour and a half and not see a child was in the nose of the plane. But anyway, I digress. Jodie Foster is just iconic. And now she's also producing and like writing, and again, just another versatile human being. But I think just for me, she's just always going to be Clarice Starling, and that's why she's always going to be my favorite. There will be nobody like her for that role, and nobody could have done that role the way that she did. And she's just an absolute fucking queen. The end. Yeah. That's all I got.
I 100% agree with you. She is up there with a lot of the greats. I think sometimes she doesn't get as much credit, but you know, she kind of did her thing and almost kind of disappeared as well. I think she kind of got tired of that Hollywood life, but she was in a lot of movies in the 80s to the 90s, even early 2000s. I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure if you're such a fan, Nell.
Yes, Nell. That was ridiculous. I forgot about that. That was a great movie. Panic Room was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
When Kristen Stewart actually acted and didn't just make facial expressions.
Yeah. Or like, oh. You know, it's like, what's happening? Is she gassy? You know,
yeah, she needs an inhaler every once in a while, but whatever. Not on my list, by the way.
No,
definitely not on my list.
Yeah. Well, let me scratch one off because now
damn, my bad. Didn't mean to expose you.
Well, I think your number 2 was pretty solid. You know, again, she's been in a ton of movies. I feel like she was in a movie with Harrison Ford.
Oh shit!
Call me crazy. Yeah,
I probably saw it and just am not giving the man's credit, and I apologize to Mr. Ford.
If I know, I don't think you plan on putting this out on video, but if it gets real dark here, it's okay. We're about to have a huge thunderstorm, so
great.
It's not my soul. It's just
well, you know, damn, just bring that over here because I don't know what this hotel's doing, but it is way too damn bright in here for my liking.
Yeah,
but there's a microwave.
Oh, well, there you go. See, microwaves are good.
Yes.
All right. Should I hit my number 3?
Go for it.
I think this one might surprise you a little bit. Actually, I think my next 2 might surprise you a little bit. My last one, I think you're going to be like, that makes sense. But
I'm sure
the next 2, I think you're going to be surprised.
Okay.
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, I'm not shocked, but not even on my radar. But yes.
Comedic genius. This lady just kills me every time. Super funny. Again, pretty versatile. She's starting to prove that now, where she's starting to do a few more serious roles. Um, so many. I mean, I could name off a ton of the movies she's been in, but it's like as soon as Bridesmaids hit, she just blew up out of nowhere, and then just started running with it. Now she's got to deal with Netflix, and she's putting out movies there, and she's, you know, her husband, I believe, is a director and actor as well. So they're kind of living that Hollywood life, but she still seems pretty down to earth. One of the funniest things I probably ever saw her do was on the Tonight Show. They were doing a lip sync battle, and she did "Colors of the Wind" from Pocahontas.
Yes, I saw it. Yeah,
and there was just stuff flying everywhere. Yeah, she was just hysterical. Like, she doesn't back down from anything, and I really appreciate her comedy. She's funny. She, you know, she has a little bit of like that raunchy side to her, but at the same time, you know, she's also just got that slapstick comedy as well, which is something I always feel like missing from today's comedy a little bit, because of when, you know, growing up watching the Three Stooges and, you know, just those kind of ridiculous things. And then, you know, In Living Color, where it was falls and funny stuff like that, then I feel like she still kind of lives that life a little bit. So I appreciate her work.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I'm trying to think. I think I've only seen her in a few movies, but I definitely agree with the slapstick, and like she's I'm trying to think. I mean, she's really one of the only ones that I've seen who does like the physical comedy still, and does that kind of thing without being too overly vulgar. I mean, which obviously I could give two shits about, but it's like, you know, you gotta leave something for the kids here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely agree with that. She is quite good, and I definitely need to see more of her work.
Right.
Let me see. My number 3. Another icon of icons, Meryl Streep. Also very versatile. Broke my heart in Sophie's Choice, and then mended it back together again in the new Netflix movie. Is it Prom Night that she did? Is that what it's called?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, well, see,
or just
clearly I'm not
Prom.
prepared. What?
I think it's just Prom.
Oh, well.
I think, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on, because I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about. I just didn't see it. So
I'm out here doing great podcast work. So yeah, she's just, I'm just all about the icons, because they're icons for a reason. And one of the first movies I saw her in was Devil Wears Prada. I had read the book after seeing the movie, because I'm a jackass, and she just really knows how to take on a role and just become that person, and she just is the character. Like, she's not playing the character, she is that character. So again, all I can really say about her is she's just an icon for a reason. Like, she's got awards for a reason. She's been in the game for God knows how many years for a reason. She's just a legend and can do it all.
I 100% agree with you. I'm sure that I've seen plenty of her movies, and I can't name a ton of them off the top of my head. But she's been around a while, consistent, always winning. She's always, every time you watch the Oscars, she's getting something, some kind of recognition for something, or, you know, she's at least a nominee of some sort. So,
thank you for existing. Here's your Oscar.
Right. Yeah. Just because you came, we're going to give you one, because it would be weird if we didn't, you know.
Basically. All right, who you got for number 4?
All right, here's the other surprise, I think. And again, you might or might not. It depends. But
okay.
This is a little more new. This guy's a little bit more new to the scene at this point. You know, I wouldn't say like this year new, but within the last 5-6 years, really started to blow up. Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I feel you.
So even though he does a lot more like Broadway work, and and sometimes when he's in a movie per se, it might be animated or like a smaller role, but his talent is unrealistic. Just again, somebody that I watched the Tonight Show a lot with Jimmy Fallon, which is odd because I used to despise Jimmy Fallon back in the day when he was on SNL. And then after a while, I was kind of like, actually, he's kind of funny. And now I can't not watch the Tonight Show, but he'll come on and he'll just do some like freestyle rap with him. And he's amazing. Hamilton is on the bucket list, which,
Amen.
Hopefully will be fulfilling soon, but, I can't really talk about that too much. So
yeah, I agree. I don't know anything about him, but I definitely need Hamilton on my bucket list as a musical fan and
yes,
a music major. Like, hello?
Yeah. Yeah. In the Heights was really good. Tick Tick Boom is a movie that's coming out soon that he helped get out there. And it looks pretty good as well. Andrew Garfield will be in it. He's singing, so that'll be interesting to see because I didn't even know he did that.
Okay.
But again, really, this guy writing music for shows like Moana, he wrote the soundtrack for that. I think there's a movie Vivo that's coming out soon for Disney that he wrote a lot of the music for, as well as I believe he will be in it. So, and then again, he's got the freestyle thing going on. There's a show he does called Freestyle Supreme, and he just consistently produces good content. And I respect him for that because he's around my age, a little younger, but so he knows a lot about like old school rap, which is something that I'm huge into. I grew up listening to Run DMC, that kind of stuff. So like when he does freestyle, that's what it reminds me of. And, so I got a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, rap when it was rap. We gotta love that when we're just not just screwing bitches making money.
Right, and mumbling. Yeah,
but only a little bit. Only a little bit. All right, my number 4, and I'm not gonna lie, I really only put this person on the list because it's Jamie Lee Curtis. Only because of Halloween. Literally, like I love her and she's a great actress and she's very versatile too. But it's the Halloweens for me, bro. Like it's all of them. It's my favorite Halloween movie, my favorite horror movie, period. It paved the way for so many horror movies like Friday the 13th and blah, blah, blah. That's another podcast. But Jamie Lee Curtis solely for the original Halloween because that's where she made her start. And also her mother is in Psycho. So I'm not ashamed to say that I put Jamie Lee Curtis on the list solely for Halloween. That's it.
Yeah. And she's a boss, man. She's been around. I feel like she's somebody that would still kick my ass, and she's like, she's got to be close to 70 at this point,
Who knows? I'm just ready for the new Halloween movie to come out, and everybody's like, "Oh, are they going to finally kill her off? Are they finally going to kill Laurie Strode off?" I'm like, if you kill her off, I'm coming for all y'all because she is the original Scream Queen, and I will literally put on the mask myself and kill all y'all. It's messed up.
It was kind of funny. Like I remember back in the early 90s when they did like a True Lies with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And she was in it and it kind of revamped her career again. So, she kind of like, she had done some things in between, obviously, but when True Lies came out, it was kind of like, oh yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. Like,
hold on, David's here. You don't have to crawl, my guy. Like it's nobody's watching right now. This is being
it's not live. Yeah. We're just in video just so we remember what each other looks like,
Yeah, he's literally army crawling on the floor. Like it's all good. Did you do number 4 or was that your number 3 before?
That was my 4. So I'm on 5. I'm on the last one now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, so if I had to say I had a true number 1, this person probably would be it. Will Smith.
Oh.
Love Will Smith. Started when he was DJ Jazzy Jeff, or can't even say it, DJ Jazzy Jeff. And the Fresh Prince, when they started him, I just loved their music because he was he was clean in his music. So I respect that. Even
Yes.
then, like back in the 80s and the early 90s, there wasn't a ton out there until like all of a sudden NWA hit the scene, and then it was like, oh, we can cuss. Like so, and then they started kind of blowing that up. But like he in general starting there and then moving into the Fresh Prince, and I love that show. Probably one of my top, if not my number one, within my top 5 like sitcoms that I've watched in my life. Bad Boys, that movie, the first one, I was right out of school at that point from the Art Institute, and we were learning about like how to camera moves and stuff. And there's the one scene where they're chasing somebody through Miami, and they're in a car and they're running through all this stuff, and they both like end up on the street, and somebody tackles somebody, and they both stand up and they do what's called an arc pan. So it's exactly what it sounds like. They kind of move the camera in an arc, but as they're standing and they're moving, just it comes like it just there's a certain harmony to it. And I was just like, I almost teared up in the movies, and I'm like, it's not even a sad movie, but I just loved the shot itself. So
you were moved by the cinematography.
I was moved by the cinematography, which is not a lot of people probably say that, but yeah, I mean, this guy can do it all, man. He's action, comedy, drama. I mean, you're talking about so many different things. He's been in Independence Day, Suicide Squad, Men in Black, Ali, Spies in Disguise, which I have not seen yet, so I have to see that.
Is that a new one?
It is a animated movie where he apparently is a spy who becomes a pigeon. So I don't know.
Okay,
I think I've been shying away from it just because of that. But
no, I'm completely out. We're out. We don't need that. That's not.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're not even going to get into Suicide Squad because super pissed about it. But yeah, I also agree. Will Smith is the politest rapper on the scene. We'll take your daughter out for a date and have her home by 10. It's great. We love that. But can also break hearts with, why didn't he love me, man? Like just hitting you right in the soul, you know? And I feel that. But I also have another grief with him is Hitch. I hated Hitch.
Oh.
And are you offended?
No, I'm not offended, but I mean, I did like it. I thought it was really
You
funny.
already called the police. So like, I mean, I'm still waiting. I don't apologize for hating Hitch.
It's the entertainment police, so they're going to be fashionably late. So
they're with Meryl Streep at the Oscars.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Jesus, I can't.
I also have not seen Gemini Man yet, which is him again playing him in a dual role, like a younger version where they apparently fight each other. So
yeah,
I haven't
his
seen
son
that yet.
Like the younger version of him, or did they just CGI him younger?
Well, they CGI'd him for this one. There was a movie where he and Jaden were in together, and it was like something about the Earth ending or something along. I can't remember.
Okay, so 2020.
Yeah, something like yeah. I'll tell you what though, his kids, I don't know what's going on with them. maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know, but I'm just like, what's happening right now?
Willow, I can mess with. She's okay, but like Jaden might need a couple therapy sessions. I'm not really sure what's going on with the man's.
She was just on the Tonight Show and like did this like rock song, and I was like,
Transparency.
Now she's doing rock. Okay, I was like,
well, apparently Jada Pinkett did rock.
Yeah,
which I didn't understand or know until I saw on Instagram. Will was like, I'm doing this song for my mom, and like this was her song, and I'm like, excuse me, like what? Then there's Will. I don't know. All right, so my final one, it's funny, and clearly we are siblings, because I would have rated my number 5 probably if I had to choose as my number 1. The Queen, Lucille Ball. She is a queen, the literal queen of comedy, queen of the 3-angle camera, the queen of starting your own production company, and taking that shit over right after Desi was like, I'm an alcoholic and I'm screwing too many women, I'm out. Couldn't handle it. So she, to put it lightly, she's just an icon. She, again, trailed the way for so many other women comedians, and so many other women comedians like feed, I guess you could say, feed off of her style and what she did. But she really started something, and just for all the women out there, just showing like you can be a business person too, and also be in the show. Like you can do two things at once. Like you can kick so much ass and just like, it's unreal. Like I just respect her so much, and I wish there was more like her. So she's the queen.
You'll be happy to know, and I don't think this was any relation, but my tortoise, her name is Lucy.
Oh yes.
So like sometimes I'll come in and she's right there in our back door, close to it, like the cage. So I'll be like, "Hey, Lucy, I'm home,"
Yes.
And
It's
Maddie
amazing.
looks at me like, I don't know what you're doing, because she obviously does not. So like her, when she grew up, she wasn't all about the black and white, because she's like, it's boring. I was like,
she's boring. All right.
yeah, right. That's what I
come
know.
for
I
my
tell
own
her that all the
niece's
time.
neck.
Yeah,
I'm angry.
I
I
understand.
have all the seasons. She can borrow them. I
Yeah.
will educate her.
Yeah, she's getting better. She wanted to watch the Twilight Zone the other night, and I thought she meant the new one. And I was like, all right, but I think we have to get this. She's like, no, that one right there. And I looked, and it was the old Twilight Zone, which is in black and white. So I don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love that.
But your choice does not surprise me, because I know you're a Lucille Ball fan, and
Yes.
I agree. She's another one of those iconic figures. I don't know why they have not made a movie yet about her life and times, because I feel like, especially in today's environment where everyone's trying to kind of rise above everything, that would be a great story for somebody, especially for my daughter, because you guys are younger, and it's nice to see women who can succeed and get over humps and still be who they are. So that would be a great story, I think, for especially in today's environment. I think it would be a really good story to show.
I agree. I did fall down a YouTube rabbit hole, and I did find, like, I don't even know what to call it. Probably like a B or C movie like that they did about her. And it was okay, but apparently Nicole Kidman's supposed to play her, and I literally just want to not.
That's an odd choice.
Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh, like it's about the story. It's not about the No, it's literally about the story and the person playing." Like
somebody's got to deliver that, there's got to be somebody better.
Yeah, well, everybody's like Deborah Messing, because she did it on Will and Grace, and she apparently slayed it. So, I mean, whatever. I'll probably like it regardless, but I'm still waiting for that movie.
There's a David Bowie movie coming out too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get some icons out on that big screen. We need it. We need more recognition for like the people who like actually did shit.
Yeah.
Like started some things, but that's obviously my opinion. This whole, to preface, even though we're basically done the podcast, this is all my opinion. So
I mean, that's the beauty again of a podcast. It's all about your opinion, so you share away.
Yes, as I've heard once before, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one and they all stink. So why not just tell them? Yep. Let's just give our opinions. So yeah, I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about before we close? That was pretty solid. I'd say pretty solid list.
Yeah. I think it'll be good. This is what, number 2 for you. So
yeah,
just I don't know what your frequency is to get content out. I think I push myself to do once a week.
Right.
I'm almost on episode 10, but like this new one I'm going to do tonight, this Beards and Bros thing.
Yeah.
We're going to do it bi-weekly. So
plug your shows. Go for it.
Yeah. News just happened. That's the first one, but
iconic.
Yeah, it is. It's getting there. I'm almost at 100 listens, which it's funny because everybody's got their like measure of success. Sometimes I see people on there, they're like, I have 1,000 listens in 12 shows. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like your friends are better than mine because they're sharing the crap out of that thing. Like, I'm like, please share my show. I'll give you $1,
I know, literally, like I have 10 cents in my cash out for the anchor. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. 10 people have listened. It's amazing. Love that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's I'm trying not to measure it by the amount. It's just exciting to get closer, and then just trying to improve every time. And now I'm like a part of multiple ones. There's one that my buddies got out there that, even if you don't put this in, but it's what does this song mean to me? And I was so mad at him when he told me his content. I was like, first off, you're a dick, but
side point.
I love the content. So it's literally, he hosted, he had me on and I did a song. And I mean, I talked for like an hour straight and he was just like, he goes, wow. He's like, I'm going to have to edit this, but he's like, there's so much good stuff in there. I listened to the first 3 episodes he dropped the other day and every one of them's good. They talk about a song. They talk about like the impact that song had during a specific time in their life, or maybe an event that made them listen to that song or something like that. So for me, it was No Hard Feelings from the Avett Brothers. And I talked a little bit about my relationship with Dad. So, it's got some things in there. I didn't get like super emotional because I'm pretty good at pulling stuff like that. I don't typically do that just because it's just not me.
Right. I'm the only rando that has emotional issues.
Right. Well, I show my weird emotions in odd laughs. Like I talk about something and it's supposed to be tragic, and I'm like,
Basically,
it completely angers my wife because when we have serious discussions and I just make this, like, she gets me mad and I just go, yeah, okay, and it's just like, you laugh at everything, and I'm like, yeah, I do. I was like, yeah. But yeah, it's but the content for that, man, was just ridiculous when he told me what it was. But if you get a chance, check it out. It's what does this song mean to me? Yeah,
that's definitely right up my alley. I need to like stop listening to true crime podcasts like while I'm working, because it's just like I'm trying to do customer service.
Yeah,
like,
you're learning how to murder people. Be careful, David.
Oh, he already
watch your back, buddy.
He said he's not worried about it.
Okay, all right.
Please, he knows I'm all bark and no bite.
Yeah.
He said he could flick me, and I would just it's fine. I'm not.
It's the small ones you got to worry about. That's what I'm always,
But again, we're all bark, no bite. It's fine. We just exert our height in our mouth. Yeah. So I appreciate you doing this with me for the second episode. I don't have a consistent schedule because I'm trash, and
I do what's comfortable you is really what matters, because like I said, there's people that do one once a month. There's people that do one every day, and it's like 15 minutes long. Like it's just 15 minutes of them talking, and that's it. And then so it really just depends on what your schedule will allow, and then what you want to do. And as you get more comfortable, you'll find what works,
True. But definitely having you to like feed off of definitely helped. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll definitely have to do it again, and I will definitely have to be on yours next time, and like actually like be able to have an intellectual conversation about current events, and me just awkwardly trying to act like I know what I'm talking about.
I have a list of things that I have that I want to cover at some point, so I'll send a list to you, and then you can pick something you want to talk about, and I'll have you on for that one.
All right, sick. But all right, guys, that was episode 2 of the Perfectly Imperfect podcast, featuring my older brother Tim Not So Jr., because my life is a lie. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.
Thanks for having me.